Hello my friends and welcome to another video. Today I want to share with you my income report on one library in 2023. Last year I did a few income reports on a monthly basis, and here I wanted to just sum it up. As I mentioned in my last video, I've been away for a few months here on the channel, but I'm getting back at it. So I felt that I want to really be as transparent as possible with the income on one particular library to just take it from where I left off, if you will. Still, the month of December is still being processing on this particular library because it's a subscription library. However, you're gonna see on the screenshot my takings on this one library, okay, by the way. And I know a lot of people are not part of this particular library, and it's very hard to get in all of this. It's only by invitation, or you can apply and then you might get invited. However, that's the nature of music licensing. But on that note as well, there are libraries that I am not part of. Okay, for example, Artlist, and I have many friends who are part of Artlist and they're doing great in Artlist. The same goes with other particular libraries that I am not part of, and I have many colleagues and friends that they're doing fantastic. They're killing it. And with that being said, some of my friends who are, for example, in Artlist, they're not on Elements. So the reason why I share my income report, the reason why I want to be as transparent as possible is so you can see what's possible for you and for others that want to pursue a music licensing path, if you will, okay? Because the reason why we do music licensing is not just to be famous, or at least that's not the reason why I started doing music licensing. The reason why I started to do stock music was because I wanted to earn income. Okay, and if you're new to the channel, I invite you to watch my oldest videos and all of the videos where I have shared my story of how I became a stay-at-home dad and the reasons why I got started doing stock music and how this has become, or it became back then, a full-time job. And still to this day, a regular income. The thing with stock music is that it's very easy to sell one time, okay? And I guess this is true with anything that we do online. It's very easy to just sell once, but then can you replicate that same results month after month after month and be consistent with that income? And that's the reason why I wanted to do this video, so you can see that every month is more or less the same. It's very steady. There's months that are a little bit less, and there are months that are a little bit more. Today as well, I got an email from another library that I am involved with for many, many years, and I had a few sales as well. I mean, you can see on the screenshot that is today's date, really. So I want to keep you up to date with the income and to show you that it is possible to be consistent with the sales. Now, obviously, my philosophy is a non-exclusive type of philosophy approach when it comes to music licensing. And I believe that you should put your music in non-exclusive libraries because it's by far the easiest way to earn an income, and it's the easiest way to make sure that you get revenue from different sources. If you're new to this and if you would like to know the libraries that I license my music, and some of them are obvious, right? But for me, I got started in Audio Jungle. And then I moved to Pond 5 and on all the rest. Some libraries have closed over the years, but if you're new to this and if you would like to learn more about the libraries, I got my free guide here that you can download completely free. I have updated this for 2024, new libraries added. And it's just a quick rundown of the libraries where you should start uploading your music. And, it doesn't get any easier than that. Now, I'm not saying that is a walk in a park. There is a process when it comes down to not only composing the music and arranging the music, mixing, production, the whole lot, but as well when it comes down to uploading the music. It takes a lot of time to upload music, okay? Especially when you do it on a regular basis. It's almost like a full-time job, but you certainly can do this on the side if you're just getting started. Another thing to consider is rejection. I have spoken about rejection on the channel over the years. This is a real thing, even for experienced composers like myself and my colleagues. We experience rejection for whatever the reasons. It just doesn't necessarily mean that the music is bad. It just means that they might not need the music, okay? But it can be something hard to overcome as a composer and as a creator, all right? To just get the music rejected, especially after you have spent so much time composing it. But Again, my philosophy is that just because one library hasn't taken your music, that doesn't mean that another one is not gonna take it. So non-exclusivity is the way to go for me. I want to share more about why it's important to be on stock libraries, because I quite recently experienced something which is, it just blew my mind completely. Okay, I had my music track in one particular library, and there are some music supervisors and people that are working in TV and film using tracks, and they use one of my tracks as a reference for a track, for a brief. Okay, and I want to share about that, because what this means is that there are people in TV, okay, that they're going to stock music libraries. Okay, hear me well here, not sync libraries, stock libraries. They're looking for music tracks, and they're actually downloading those tracks, the previews, and they're using that as an example for a TV brief. Okay, so what that means is that they use one of my tracks they found on a stock library, and they have used that as an example for the type of track that they need for a TV show. And it just blew my mind. I mean, I got in touch with one of these libraries who are using this particular track. And the reason why I know this is because a colleague of mine, a composer who is part of this library, this sync library, he got a brief himself, and he recognized my name because they actually said, we want a track like this one. All right. And that track happened to be mine, and he recognized my name. If you want to hear my music, by the way, you're new to the channel, I go by the alias or the name Diva Production Music. So as soon as he saw Diva Production Music and they saw the track, like, we want a track like that, like what Diva Production Music is doing. Obviously, they didn't just grab my track, they grabbed two other tracks plus mine. So it was 3 tracks from the same library. And my friend contacted me, and I said, like, I just got a brief for a TV show, and they have just sent me one of your tracks that they found on this particular stock library. Anyways, to cut the story short, I contact the library, the SIG library, and I contact the owner pretty much and said, like, hey, I saw that you have used one of my tracks for one of your TV briefs. I mean, I'm more than happy to, for you to have that track and actually use it. Most likely it has already been used on that TV show. And next thing you know, I'm part of this Async library, okay, which is an exclusive library now, a deal, I should say, and I've just joined. So what I'm saying here, and to wrap it up very quickly, because I'm getting off topic, I just wanted to talk about the income here on this video. But what I want to say is that if you're looking to start the music licensing path, the best way to do it is by just getting your music on stock libraries. All right. Of course, you can do other ways, like reaching out specifically to sync libraries and production libraries and whatnot. But while you're at it, okay, while you're doing all of that, and try to contact supervisors and try to pitch your music to different libraries and try to build relationships and all of this, when it comes down to stock music and when it comes down to stock libraries, you don't need to do any of that. You just open an account, you submit your music, and then the most important part is that you get money. Okay. Now, what I see with this path that I have taken over the years is that I see even more opportunities because of this. All right. Because I have my music on libraries, on stock libraries, and this type of opportunities come along while I'm making money. I'm not just pitching my music to sync libraries and then fingers crossed, hopefully I get a placement. I'm being proactive with my pursuit of earning an income with my music, because at the end of the day, if I get my music placed on a TV show, I want to get the royalties. I want to get the performance royalties. And this is the next thing that I want to say to new composers, that you have to be affiliated with a PRO. All right, there's many composers that are not affiliated with a PRO, and they still sell their music very successfully on stock libraries. But I just don't know anything else, okay? Because if I am not affiliated with a PRO and some other opportunities come along the way, then it's going to be, very hard for you to join these libraries. In fact, you're going to have to register with a PRO in order to be, with a sync library or with an exclusive library, okay? So, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But what I want to say here is that I want to share as much as possible with you, and not only in the income, and be as transparent as possible with where I make the income with the libraries and what works for me, what works for other composers and friends of mine. But at the same time, that how can you do this on your own, right? How can you replicate this process, this income, right? Now, it might not be life changing, this type of income, but where I live, this type of income that I'm sharing with you is the equivalent of minimum wage, a little bit more than minimum wage here where I live. I'm based in Greece, okay? So yes, of course, minimum wage here in Greece is pretty bad, okay? But the living cost here is what it is. But this is just with one library, all right? I mean, back in the day, it was just inconceivable for me to earn this type of money on a month-to-month basis with music. You know, I mean, we musicians and composers were so, you know, it's a tough one to be sold on, you know, on making money with our music. You know, we're so used to this. Like, I just want to make music. I just want to be an artist. You know, I was the best at this. I was like a torture artist, the starving artist. I just want to make music, right? But I had to change my philosophy. So when I started this YouTube channel back in 2016, I wanted to share my journey. And one of my second video that has the most view is earning a living with Audio Jungle, selling music on Audio Jungle. And because at the time it was just that library. And back then, yes, Audio Jungle was a different library. There was so much more income coming from that, but I still make money from Audio Jungle. In fact, you can see here on the screenshot that I actually just got another big license quite recently. All right, and this is not just for a YouTuber. These are big licenses, and yes, it's a big amount of money. It doesn't happen often, but I have shared it here on the channel that I get some big licenses on Audio Jungle. And it happens, you know, one track and you get this amount of money. It's not that at all, you know. But yes, the marketplace has changed over the years, but that doesn't mean that there's no money to be made. Okay, and that's why I want to be as transparent with you and share it here, because there's a lot of negativity. And again, when it comes down to making money, especially online with anything, I'm not talking even about music, but when it comes down to making money online, there is a lot of resistance there for a lot of people. I understand that, but there is a way, you know. But just because somebody can do it, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to do it. I understand that, but we need inspiration. When I got started and I saw other composers doing what I wanted to do and earn the money that I wanted to earn in order so I can do this full time, you know, that's what we need. We need inspiration, and we need almost like evidence that this is real. Okay. And I'm still here. I'm still making music, you know. I mean, it's Monday morning as I'm recording this. 8:29 in the morning. So, you know, I mean, doing what you want to do with your music is the main thing. And for me, the goal is very simple: to just make money with my music. And if I can just help others along the way as well, which is the purpose of this channel, then that's my goal and that's my dream. All right, because I have seen what others have done. I have seen the satisfaction of just making your first sale, of just uploading your first track, of carry on, you know. And you know, and there are people that are doing way better than me. I have always said this. Okay, there are people that are doing way better than me in different libraries. It could be Motion Array, it could be Pawn 5, it could be Audio Jungle, it could be Artlist, it could be whatever library, okay, is out there. V5 Music, for that matter, right? I mean, there are so many libraries out there that you can just try your luck, okay? And you create your own luck by just being active. Be proactive about your music. Take action. Learn. Experiment. Fail, try again, get rejected, make a sale. If you can't get excited about one sale, you're not going to get excited about the results that I'm sharing here, because you're just not going to see that it's enough. It's not going to be enough for you. You might say, like, I can't live off that. Okay, I'm only showing you one source of income with one library. I'm not even showing you the whole income with Audio Jungle or Pawn 5 or Motion Array, Melody Loops. motion elements, and the rest. I have actually just joined another library quite recently, and I'm about to upload 700 plus tracks to that library. 700 tracks might seem like a lot to you if you're just getting started, but it's not. My goal is to have at least 5,000 tracks online. And then we're going to be talking about some income, some momentum. The income that I'm showing you here, it should be more. Okay, it should be more. It shouldn't be that low. But I am not ungrateful for that. I'm actually very grateful. And because I've been where you've been before, like you just don't have the same, you don't have that income. You know, I've been there, man. And you just can't see, like, what's the point of this? You know, a lot of defeat, a lot of rejection, and just putting tracks out there and you don't get the income, you don't see the money, you know. And the reason why we do this is because we want to earn income, okay, with our music. It's called stock music for a reason. We have to make music, we have to upload it and have it there in stock so somebody can find it. There's a lot of things that I want to share, and I'm going to be more active in this channel because I've been away. I really appreciate all the love and support, and you guys have been reaching out via messages, emails, and some of you left a comment or two, and I really appreciate you because I realize how much I miss talking about the music and what I do, because you know, that's the purpose of this channel. I mean, it's very easy for me to just be here making music in my own world and not share anything. I certainly can do that. That's how I got started. But the reason why I do videos is because I like to connect with you and I like to educate. I mean, I really love to educate. I'm going to be sharing more about different things, but the focus is always going to be the same here on the channel. How can you make money with your music by selling it on stock libraries? That's the focus of this channel since day one. I don't talk about anything else here. I might mention certain opportunities that have come because of stock music, like for example, what I shared here with you about a sync library and whatnot. But here I'm talking about stock music libraries. How can you grab your music track that you're composing right now, okay, right now, today, or that you're about to compose right now, upload it to a library, one of the libraries that I have here that's been updated for the 2024, my free guide, link in the description. Libraries that I'm joining, by the way, as we speak, and I'm testing, and I say like, okay, how can I join this non-exclusive library and get some income as well? You know, so how can you do that without the middleman, without any resistance along the way, without waiting for an email confirmation? I mean, it's just create an account, fill up your information, have a PayPal in place, upload your track. You know, it's that simple. And then just rinse and repeat. Okay, I'm simplifying it here quite a lot, but in the essence of it all, it's just that. Just compose the right music track, upload it to different non-exclusive libraries, and then rinse and repeat. That's it. How fast can you compose a music track that is needed in the marketplace is the question. I'm going to show you how I do my music, how I manage to compose a track in a matter of hours and still be high quality, and take in consideration that the quality in music libraries, especially stock libraries nowadays, is really, really high. I've seen composers, I've seen film composers that have struggled to get their music accepted on libraries. And even if they get accepted on libraries, they don't make any sale. I had a client once who was Hollywood composer. I'm not making this shit up, man. Super talented. He's a scoring composer. So he will get actual scores and he will work with film producers. So he's not used to compose stock music. He's used to just getting instructions of like, hey, this is the film and I need music like this. And he will compose it to film, scoring. I don't do scoring, all right? In fact, I don't like to collaborate. I don't like to work like that. I thought that I wanted to do something like that at one point in my life, but I realized that I don't like to score. I like the freedom to just get here, compose something, and you can call it that it's cheesy stock music. I don't care, because that's what I like. I like to compose commercial music, and I like to compose stock music that is just mine. I'm not working with even briefs for sync music libraries, for sync libraries, I can do that. but I'm not scoring. Okay, they give me like a little example of what they want, and then I'm free to experiment. All right, and then they might pick it or not. But this film composer, very, very talented, he had a lot of trouble, and he was one of my clients. Okay, he was one of my clients, and he was part of my community of stock music licensing composers. I felt so humble by him being taking my course and being in the community. All right, I had an immense respect. When I was doing coaching to him, like one-on-one, and after taking my courses, I was like, you should be coaching me, okay? And he was much older than me. I have an immense respect for this person. But that shows you that even experienced composers and people that are in music, they have a lot of trouble with stock music, because it's the simplicity that is what is difficult for a lot of people. Okay, that's just another story that I want to share with you. I'm making this video way too long, but I really wanted to touch base with you guys. Another story, and there have many from students, okay? Classically trained guitarists and pianists as well. They're teachers themselves, but they're classically trained, and they have a hard time composing a music track. I try to give them to work with what they have. So if you're a classical trained guitarist, like some of my clients, or pianists, then I try to show them what's out there when it comes down to classical music and how can they record something like that so they can earn money. So my advice is always to look for something that is out there already, so you can replicate and copy that in a way. Do it your way, and that's it. I mean, I'm a guitarist, so I play the guitar. So what I like to do, or when I got started, I don't do that anymore, right? I'm not in research mode anymore. I'm doing the thing and teaching the thing. So, but in the beginning, what I did, and the reason why I sympathize so much with this people that I'm sharing here with you is because I was like that. I went to sound engineering school. I have studied guitar, classical guitar. I mean, I'm overqualified. I know how to read music, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean anything in stock music, right? I'm not gonna grab a piece of paper and just read music. I mean, that doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't matter how much I know how to read when it comes up to music, okay? But I was overqualified to do stock music. And it was a long journey to just unlearn everything that I know about music and then put it into a practical, commercial way in order to earn money, right? But it doesn't matter what your background is. But for me, the guitar is my instrument. So in the beginning, what I did is I just researched and saw what other people were doing when it comes down to guitar work. And I said, like, oh, I could do that. I need a point of reference, really, Similar to when they send you briefs that say, like, hey, we're looking for music in this style. We have 3 tracks. Listen to track 1, 2, and 3. We need something like that. So you have a point of reference and what to compose. So I have certainly done that over the years. Nowadays, I'm so far ahead from where I was before that I have improved quite a lot, to the point that I'm actually experimenting with different tracks, different styles that I would have never composed back in the day, and I would have never even aspired to try it out. Okay, like hip hop or even cinematic music, for that matter. Dark cinematic music. By the way, the track that the Sync library grabbed as an example for the TV brief was a dark cinematic track. Go figure. Of all of the tracks that I have on stock libraries, the one that they selected as an example for a TV show, okay, which is it's about crime or whatever, and very dark. They selected one of my tracks that is very dark, and it's an ambient track. Go figure, man. I mean, you have to be open. And these tracks that I've done, which are in that genre, like dark, almost like horror kind of track, which, I mean, I probably have 2 of them out there, and they selected one of them, okay? And that track is selling right now as we speak on stock libraries. But they selected at Sync Library, a guy that needs music for a TV show, went to a stock library, found one of my tracks of some genre that I have never ever composed before, and said, we need a track for a TV show like this. Add that track to send a brief to the composers that are part of this library so they can compose a track like that. Today, I am one of the composers of that library because of this, okay? And I'm forever grateful for the opportunity, but it's not because of anything else. It's because I put those music tracks out there. It's because I was willing to get out of my comfort zone. And synchronicity, man, you know, I got an email from my friend who happens to be in that library. And he said, Daniel, I just received a TV brief, a music for a TV show brief, and it's one of your tracks. And I just, amazing. And he said, you should contact the guy, you know, you should contact the owner of the library, you know. I mean, I know him because I'm working in that library. And then the rest is history. From that point on, I've gotten now some briefs to compose music for different TV shows. But I'm going to share more about that later, you know. I mean, the point of this is to hopefully give you some insight on what's happening in my life as someone who does this full time. And I don't just do stock music anymore, okay? For the last few months, I've been doing other things apart from doing stock music, teaching about stock music, and doing all of this that I've been doing for many, many years. I have another YouTube channel that I started a few years ago, actually, and I'm just talking about, you know, working from home, mindset, personal development, building an online business, teaching what you know. Some of you know this, and some of you follow me as well on that channel. So I've been doing that quite a lot. I'm working on that. It's like a parallel business, but it's all under the same umbrella, if you will, because it's just coming from me. I've just recently started a YouTube channel in Spanish talking about the same thing, okay? Talking about mindset, personal development, online business, and lifestyle. And the reason why is because, you know, I grew up in Venezuela, and I've been away from Venezuela for so many years that I wanted to have an outlet for my life of what I do, okay? As a Venezuelan, living abroad. And you can probably go and check out that channel if you're curious as well, because it's just me talking in Spanish. And I've never done YouTube videos before in Spanish, so this is something that is so new for me. But I can express myself in my mother tongue, and I'm talking about how I got to where I'm at today. How do I do YouTube videos? How I make money with my music? It's not about music. The channel is not about music. The channel is about working online with the talents and skills that I have. And in my case, it's music, doing YouTube videos, creating online courses, educating people on both, on the music and how to create online courses and how to create an online business by sharing what you know. And that has been something really interesting for me. And I just started that right now. But the response, even with the first 2 videos, have been really good. And for me, I've just like, you know, it's a labor of joy, you know, which it will pay off later on in one way, shape, or form, right? So it's great. So I've been doing that as well. I've been coaching behind the scenes. I haven't shared much about this, but I've been coaching quite a lot about music licensing, but as well about online business and email marketing and all of that. So that has taken some time, and it's one of the reasons why I was away from the channel. And then I said, you know what, I missed too much this thing. I've been doing music, of course, like I was mentioning, but I wanted to get back on the stock music licensing channel because, you know, the channel still has a life of its own, even if I uploaded. I think my last video was in November. I don't remember exactly. But, you know, I mean, a month or 2 without uploading a YouTube video is quite a long time for me. My standards are usually quite high, and I was releasing a video every single week for years. I did a little bit of a daily vlog here on the channel when the pandemic hit, and that was a great experience for me to upload a video every day. But, you know, I want to be more active, and I'm thinking about maybe doing something similar, maybe like just share little nuggets here and there every single day of what I'm doing. It could be about my income report, or if I have a big license. Like I like to do it like almost like in real time. You know, like, hey, last night I just sold all of this tracks on Pond 5, like I did, and you know, and I share that with you on a screenshot. Like, hey, this happened right now, not 5 years ago. Okay, and the same is like with the income report. from 2023 with this particular library. So maybe do something like that, like just almost like real-time updates and what music I'm working on, how do I do the music, how I can keep things as simple as possible because it's simplicity, how I keep myself as well fresh when it comes down to making music, how do I create a music out of nothing, because I don't believe in inspiration. I believe in discipline. I mean, inspiration strikes every single morning when I sit here, okay? Like I said to you, it's 8:30 in the morning. Well, now it's quite late. It's 8:45 right now. But, I mean, it's not late, but, you know, it's late for me. I should actually get to work now. But inspiration is something that we cultivate after we have committed to do the work. And for me, music is work, and there's nothing wrong with that. Before, music was something that I wanted to do on the side as a hobby, and I had all this gear, and I couldn't justify it really with my wife and say like, well, I'm not earning any money, you know, you might have to do something about it. You know, grown-ass man with 2 kids, you know, working from home, apparently a musician or an artist, but I'm not earning any money with my music. I have nothing to show for. So now that obviously is completely different. And the discipline that I have is something that I wanna help you with, because when I'm coaching composers and musicians, people think that it's the mix that they have a problem with, but it's usually the mindset, and that's where we begin. We begin with the mindset, we begin with the habits, we begin with the philosophy of why you want to do music and what's the aim. My job is to help you make money with your music, but we have to start with your intentions and why. My reasons back in the day were really strong, and once you taste that, okay, once you start tasting the success of like, wow, I made 1 sale, I made my first sale, I made my second sale. And if you can tap into that, and once this becomes the thing that it became for me, right, then I can't go back. I can't undo this. Meaning that I can't stop. It's harder for me to stop now than actually it is to begin. For you, if you just started, if you're just beginning this process, it can be very hard to begin. I've been there, okay? But now for me, because I've seen the results and because I get the results, it's very hard for me to stop. The same is with the YouTube channel, you know? I mean, if I wanted to just say like, I'm not doing any more YouTube channels about stock music, it's hard for me to stop. You know, I took a break for like 2 months, but it wasn't like even a break. It wasn't like even something planned. It just happened because I got, you know, overwhelmed by these other things and doing. I said like, okay, maybe I can stop doing some videos, I guess. I don't know. It was Christmas as well around the corner. And, you know, whatever. But once you taste that success with your music and you say like, you know, I am a fucking composer, man. You know, I mean, I pay my income tax. I declare all the sales that I'm sharing here with you and all my income and everything. I mean, it's a legit business, right? I'm like, wow, at one point, this was a dream for me. At one point for me, it was a dream to be on a Monday morning, because today is Monday, while other people are going to work, and I'm here shooting a video, all right, talking about music, and I'm working. Like, this is work for me, okay? And I'm not trying to glamorize it, but there's many of us who do this, like this. And we all have different paths. Different people do different things. Some other people want to be artists. They have their music on Spotify, on streaming platforms. I mean, different sources of revenue, and they do different things. They do gigs, they earn money in different ways with music. They do music licensing as well. They probably have some sample libraries and they make money like that. I mean, there's so many ways that you can make money as a composer, as a musician, as an artist. For me, I found that having full control of the composition process, because I get joy of making music like this, like composing, like just grabbing the guitar and just plug it in, or grab a beat or something and just make music. And then I like the process of creation, finish it, upload it, and then see a result immediately, like go through the whole process. And I get the same satisfaction from doing YouTube videos. It's very similar, because I can do a video the same way that I'm doing this video right now. I'm gonna upload it now. It's gonna go live right now in a matter of an hour, okay? That's why I want to do it like an entry, kind of like a diary video, if you will, kind of like a vlog, if you will, and say like, hey, today's Monday, today I'm doing this, it's 8:30, these are the sales, this is what I'm doing, sharing a little bit of my story today on a Monday, tomorrow's another day. And I like the process of creation and then putting it out there online. I'm a little bit impatient with things, but this is something that I have full control. Like I can record this video, upload it, it's out there, you can watch it, that's it, I let it go. Okay. I have no control over a lot of things, like if people are going to watch this video, the same way that I have no control if people are going to buy my music online. But my job is to show up and to do it and then upload it and then let it go. That's it. And then I just show up again and then just rinse and repeat and try not to be so attached to the goal and say like, oh, I hope I don't get rejected. I hope it gets a sale. You know, my job is just to be the best I can be at that point and just create the music, upload it and move forward. The same is with the video. Can I show up with the best version of me to do this and then record the video and then share as much as possible, help somebody with this and then upload it. From that point on, if it has no views, I can't control that. If it doesn't show up in the algorithm or your page or it doesn't resonate, I cannot control that. Okay, the only thing I can control is by me showing up. Okay, and that I do have control of. And it's not about inspiration. The same is with the music. It's not about inspiration. It's about commitment and determination to not give up, especially if it's important to you. And these videos are important to me. Thank you so much, my friend, for the response and for all the love and support. For those of you who've been following me over the years, I really appreciate you. 2024 is going to be a big year. 2023 was already a big year. Lots of challenges, ups and downs, but hey, that's life. And I'm here for the long run. I really hope this was an insightful video, much longer than I expected. But, you know, I promise tomorrow's video will be shorter. Thank you so much for the love and support, and I'll see you in another video, my friend.